I love Life is Strange Reunion. Life is Strange is a franchise that I associate with my teenage years. I bought the game on Steam since it was advertised as one last chance for Max and Chloe and spent 32 hours playing through it twice, trying to 100% the game by getting all the achievements and all the collectible photos, sketches and podcasts. This is my review and thoughts of Life is Strange Reunion. The short verdict is this: if you like Max and Chloe together, get the game. If you don't like Max and Chloe as a pair, then the game might not be for you. I found Reunion to be an emotionally satisfying experience. Let's start with a plot synopsis. Reunion follows our two iconic and playable protagonists. Max Caulfield is now a photography instructor, making the most of her new life at Caledon University, a liberal arts college. When she sees a campus burn to the ground, her ability to rewind time grants herself and everyone she loves a second chance if she dares to use it. Max can rewind time an average of 5 minutes and 42 seconds and time jump through photos to go even further in the past. Our second playable character is Chloe Price, Max's childhood best friend and partner in crime. Chloe Price is older, wiser, and still thrumming with punk spirit. Chloe is a band manager for drugstore makeup, but that's not what brings her to Caledon looking for Max. That would be the impossible memories of a past she never lived. She's been experiencing crazy visions? Memories? Chloe's not sure, but she knows that Max can help her understand what's going on. Max is returning from a gallery show in New York when she gets a text message from Moses Murphy, a well-known nerdy physicist, mentioning that a huge fire broke out on campus. Despite Moses' warnings to stay away, Max drives to campus to help. Upon seeing Moses die from the rooftop collapsing, Max instinctively takes a photo she took of herself before the gallery show and time jumps through her selfie. This takes us back to a few days prior so Max can figure out why the fire started and how she can stop it. Her investigation leads her to the Abraxas house, which is now a demolition site, where Chloe saves her, marking their reunion and the start of yet another wild adventure. The story is concise, tight, and fast-paced. Life is Strange Reunion takes about 9 hours for a single playthrough. It's a short but high-quality 9-hour experience. I played through it twice, first with Chloe dead, the Bay ending, and the second with Chloe who survived, the Bay ending. You have to play through it twice to get all the achievements anyways. I feel like the ending where Chloe dies, Arcadia Bay is saved, is better narratively than the ending where Chloe lives while sacrificing Arcadia Bay. Even in the ending where Chloe survives, she says that Max should have saved Arcadia Bay instead.
But Max chose to save me. Why do I keep dying?
You're returning to the moment of Max's choice. If the choice had been up to you, save yourself or save the town, what would you do?
I'd save the town. I'd sacrifice myself. That's what I told Max to do then. At the time, it felt like what I had to do.
And the overlight seems to reflect that.
Chloe dying and then reuniting with Max is less awkward than Max ghosting Chloe for several years straight and the pair separating from too much trauma. The dialogue options hit harder in Bay. It's more tragic since Max thought she had lost Chloe forever as opposed to breaking up.
Chloe, how are you here right now?
I drove? Not really the question I was expecting.
At least with Chloe dead, there is no inexplicable breakup. Regardless, the game plays out almost the same way. I like that the game remains focused on what truly matters, the story. Instead of getting lost in unnecessary elements that don't serve the story, it stays focused and meaningful. It stays grounded in its narrative and, most importantly, in the relationship between Chloe and Max. That emotional core is what carries the entire experience. Choices have weight and matter, as they affect the dialogue you can get later in the story, and, to some extent, who lives and dies. I love that you can play as both Max and Chloe. I really enjoyed the interactions between the characters. Max Caulfield has such pretty eyes. I'm mesmerized every time I see her eyes. Why isn't anyone else talking about how beautiful Max's eyes are? I look into her iris and I see the light. Her model is gorgeous. The whole time I was playing the game, I kept on thirsting for Max, even though Chloe was the main reason I brought the game. Max is so beautiful, holy crap, I love her so much. Reunion did an outstanding job with Chloe's character. Chloe is well written.
Oh, this is great. My best friend abandons me, and I have a decade-long hallucination of a friend who didn't.
Yup, that's Chloe. Chloe matures so much. Despite her abrasive character being toned down, she still retains her punk asshole edge. You can tell it's her. She doesn't lose what makes her feel like Chloe. Adult Chloe is more reflective and more mellow, but it's still her, in every little way. Chloe goes and stands on a roof railing. She totally did it on purpose, cause she knew that Max would save her. Chloe lethal face card. Max and Chloe are so pretty. Max and Chloe are constantly telling each other how glad they are to spend time with each other, although I do wish the partners in Time and Crime spent more time with each other instead of constantly splitting up to do their own thing. I was wondering how they were going to bring back Chloe into the story while still respecting the original tale. At the end of the first Life is Strange game, you have a binary decision to save Chloe or save Arcadia Bay. Again, the narrative feels stronger in Reunion if you choose to save Arcadia Bay instead of Chloe. In my first playthrough, Max chose to save Arcadia Bay and let Chloe die in a high school bathroom to prevent a storm from destroying the town and its inhabitants. In Double Exposure, Max is again faced with a choice. She can either shoot Safi to save Caledon, or supposedly sacrifice Caledon to save Safi. Actually, I don't think this one was presented as an option. Max decided not to shoot Safi and instead entered the eye of the tornado, saving both Safi and Caledon University. Somehow, she merged the two timelines, tying up loose ends in the process and making it so that both Chloe and Arcadia Bay can coexist in the same timeline. Max has a hero-savior complex. She wants to save everyone. With her time rewinding power, she can keep getting do-overs until reality is perfect. You see Max putting herself in danger to protect people, her self-doubt when she looks at a reflection, as well as how she chooses to accept her powers. Then there's Safi, who has the power to shapeshift into anyone she's met IRL. Safi is written as a direct parallel to Chloe. Heck, apparently her birthday is one day before Chloe's. Safi is Chloe with superpowers. They both have a missing father, their moms are still tied up in their own issues to be emotionally available to them. Safi lost her best friend, Maya Okada, just like Chloe lost Rachel Amber. Their girlfriend is effectively murdered by their mentor. Not only that, but they were both also shot to death in one timeline, only to be brought back to life because they caught the attention of a reality-warping hipster goober dweeb demigod at an art school with a retro camera kink. Their situations and emotional trauma are like a mirror to each other. In the end, it isn't Max that saves Safi, although Max can help by telling her about the fire not ratting her out to her mom. It's Chloe that saves Safi. The player can either screw up the conversation and let Safi shoot herself in the overlight, or Chloe can connect with Safi on the grounds that they are basically the same person, except Chloe had someone with her that cared enough to pull her out of a downward spiral. Safi might not understand herself, but Chloe understands her because in a lot of ways, they're the same. Chloe had already been where Safi was a decade earlier and can convince Safi that Max cares about her. She gives Safi the support she needs through her existential crisis and convinces Safi to continue living even after going through her darkest moments. The whole game I felt like Safi had unrecruited feelings for Max.
Don't give me that dewy-eyed look. I can't decide if it makes me want to kiss you or murder you. The moment you saw her, she was all that mattered. You forgot all about me. I should be enough for you.
This is exactly what platonic friends say to each other. She has this look of longing or yearning for Max at the end as well. There are scenes with incredible cinematography. I really like the camera composition and direction in many scenes. For example, it's super creepy when it goes from Max holding a camera, then transitioning to Max holding a gun. The animations are well done, especially the facial expressions, which add a lot to the emotional impact. The voice acting is also strong and believable. They used motion capture for the performances, which comes through as the character actions. The graphics, the ambience, the lighting are incredible. Visually, the game looks great. Graphics, hella high. Yeah, my PC couldn't handle recording this game at its highest graphics. The graphics are clean and polished, and they complement the overall tone of the story. Iconic scenes. There are several cute, memorable, and funny moments in the game. Here is a selection of them. This scene is iconic because Chloe does something so spontaneous and big brain. She grabs the mask from Safi's bag and takes full advantage of Max's rewind power to give Max the item.
What's with all the sneaky stuff? Why don't I just run over there, grab what's in her bag, throw the bag in the water, and give you the stuff?
Throw her bag in the water?
Yoink.
Bitch, you did not just...
What the fuck? Here, take the mask before she comes back and beats my ass.
It's really funny seeing Chloe screw with another character. The only thing that would improve the scene is if we could see Safi's reaction animated. The entire boat romance scene is great. Max and Chloe are alone in a boat together in the lake, which is intimate and warm. Finally, the duo have some time to talk to each other. Trying to rewind twice after kissing Chloe, I feel trolled. I want a mod where these two actually kiss on the canoe. On the bright side, it does make for a cute moment when Chloe realizes that Max had tried to kiss her and asks her what happened. That rage-inducing failure to kiss and Max's magical mushroom trip, we have this dodgy dialogue.
You're so pretty. I think this is the part where we're supposed to kiss. I can't figure out which one of your lips is the right one.
You know what? Let's rain check that. Just a bit longer.
This game might be the first and last time we'll ever see Max Caulfield tripping serious balls.
Dude, what is your deal?
Or you saw a bonfire and a bunch of tripping students and decided that you wanted to protect the school, even though it got in the way of your sneaking into the party.
Guess we'll never know. See you, kids.
Another one of my favorite scenes in Reunion, after being teased several times during the game, is when Max and Chloe actually kiss. When you have the power to rewind time, that means Max can redo this encounter with Chloe, but she will know if you rewind to kiss her again.
That's what I have to say to the universe.
Worth the wait.
That was the first kiss. It was too perfect.
You're right. I wanted to live in this moment a little longer.
Well, don't take this one away from me. Okay?
One more scene I really want to talk about is burning the photo at the end of the game. I love this scene because it gives Chloe agency. She might not have superpowers, but she has a choice. It's especially nice when Chloe justifies her decision by saying that she is not taking any of this for granted. You, us, this timeline, I'm going to fight for it, no matter what. Burning the photo avoids the worst ending where Max time jumps back to the days before the fire started and abandons Chloe in this timeline. If you give Max a photo, she'd be constantly dwelling on the past instead of thinking about the future. Choosing to burn the photo is choosing to accept reality. It's choosing happiness that can be realized in the present over the possibility of a better past. Conclusion. Overall, I am very satisfied with the game. I really enjoyed Reunion. It feels like a love letter to the original Life is Strange. I'm a fan and I've been serviced. Reunion is a great addition to the Life is Strange franchise, and it gave me more appreciation to its predecessor, Double Exposure. Amazing send-off to the story of Max and Chloe. Life is Strange Reunion is beautiful and real. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and have a great day.